I hope you join me today. I'm super excited about what I have going on. I'm going to share with you some secrets on printing on coffee filters. And I'm using my 1940 Amalfi Coast kit. So this is some of the wallpaper from it. Really love that. And like music page, book page. Got some other surprises for you. I'm printing on a ton of different things because I've got a new thing up my sleeve that's different than the Aleene's glue I use for the envelopes. So I hope you'll join me, and yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hi, welcome. I'm Rose, your creative guide here at Wild Rose Bohemian. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited that you're here. If you're new, hope you'll find something that you like, and if you do, let me know. And if you've been here for a while, I appreciate you so much. Today I'm working on printing on items that I have already as opposed to paper, and today we'll be doing a workshop on that. I'm going to be printing on index cards, on doilies, another doily shape. This is a 6-inch, and we'll do a 4-inch. Also on coffee filters. And let's see, file folders, music paper, probably some receipts, and some other types of coffee filters. So, and book page, for sure, book page. The process is the same for all of these things. You get just a little bit different results. So what I'm going to do is show you how I put them, the basics of what I do to print on these items. In my previous video, I printed on envelopes, and I was using Aleene's glue, and I'll show you that. So the Aleene's glue is this one here. It's a temporary glue. Some of the things I didn't love about it are if I did not remove it right away, some of parts started to adhere just a little bit too much, and then when I pulled it off, I had a little bit of the pieces were still stuck on the paper. There was some paper remnants left here, and that is just fine when I'm doing something that is really like it's grungy. But what if I don't want to? Well, I decided that I would try this Scotch repositional glue stick. And what you're going to see here is some amazing stuff that happens when we use this, our printer, and some of these other items. So all that I actually do is I take the item that I want to print on, and I don't add it everywhere, but I am going to add it keeping in mind the direction that it feeds through my printer. So this feeds, it's going to feed from here. That's why I put it on the top. I'm just going to align it with the top as best I can so that when it pulls, the feed pulls the paper, it's pulling them at one time. And then on this here, I'm also going to actually layer these a little bit. And I'm not putting a ton on, so just like that. Okay, and I'll print like this, my printer. So that's how I do those. The same thing here with the index cards. These actually turn out really fun. These happen to be, let's see, 5 by 8. So I do the same thing with these, okay? Because some things you might want to print double-sided, like these. I'll print double-sided, and then they're really fun to decorate too for your journal. Right? Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to print on I'm just using copy paper. I'm going to print these on the coffee filters. We'll do those last. I'm printing on copy paper, and I'm using my 1940 Amalfi Coast journal. That's what I'm working on this month, but this isn't specific to that journal at all. So these are a little bit more tricky because I don't like when the glue is visible outside of where the doily part is. So you have to kind of glue. I don't know if you can see what's left there. Okay, so I glue on one sheet and then actually glue it down to another. So we'll use that one to kind of mostly, oops, see how this is come up? It's hard for me to talk at the same time. So you kind of want to get the ones that are at the top. So that as it pulls it through, we're good. Do another one. You can see there's leftover glue on here. You want to make sure with the doilies that you do it like that. And let's see. So on my index cards, I am just putting the glue at the top because that's how it's going to be pulled into the printer. We'll do some on the opposite side, right? Because these we could do double-sided. We could even do some. Nope, I didn't quite leave enough room to position this one. Okay. So these, I've got the receipts on here, the doilies, index cards. We'll just print directly on the music paper. And the index cards, the book page. Oh, let's even try, I want to use bigger doilies too, they're fun. Don't forget, like I said on the doilies, to make sure that you kind of get the edge that is alignment, and then put it on a different page before you put it down. Oh, let's do coffee filters. These are smaller coffee filters. I got them at that Japanese place, Daiso. Got a bunch of other things there too that I'm gonna have fun playing with to try. I never shopped there for junk journal supplies, but oh, I changed the direction. I need to make sure get enough glue on. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so with no further ado, I am going to go print, and I'm also going to be printing on some, oops, I forgot these, file folders. Because the file folders are wider, these are 9.5 by 11.63 inches. What I'm going to actually do is I've cut the ones down that I'm going to use to 8.5. So that they fit into my printer. And these are other coffee filters that are flattened. The full ones we'll just do one of those. So I'm going to go print, and then I'll be back and I'll show you my results, and you can decide if you want to try this on your own. Okay, I've done some of the printing, and I'll just show you how amazingly I think that it works. I'll show you the, let's see, what should I show you first? I'll show you the doilies first. They're actually pretty striking. So you can see here, this is where, it's either here or here, I don't remember, but might even have been on a different page, but you can see how beautifully it turns out. I'll be able to use that in my journal quite a bit. I'm super glad that I did that. And these options here, this is actually quite pretty. I think there's a lot of things you could do with this. You could ink up the difference. You could use distress spray, different things to color, and then show off the lace background if you want. So here's another one. This is the bigger one. So tips on that, on the doilies, what I would say to you is to make sure, the things I did that I made a mistake was not making sure that I only had one doily. So if you have more than one doily, it pulls off the top one to pull through your printer, and then you have a printer jam. So you see, this is really actually quite pretty too. And this is what's left, definitely scraps, but some of those will be pretty. Same thing with where this one was here. I don't know about you, but my mind's just churning with things that I could do with these. Here's another page. Remember, these are the 4 and the 6 inch, right? So I'm not going to be printing these double-sided, but you could. And again, these need to be made sure that you pull them through the top, and that the top edges where you have your glue. Okay. So those are the doilies. I think they're pretty awesome. Look. Right. What will we make for our journal with those? Okay, the next thing, let's do the cards. They are the index cards. So here's some of the bigger ones, the big ones with tabs. I think they turned out lovely. Right? So we could do these double-sided. Maybe that's what I'll do for you so that you can see what they look like. You see, one side has kind of a game changer for me, but so print on the back side of these, and I'll show you what they look like. So this one, this one. Yeah, we'll come back to these at the end where I printed on. Oh, here's one. This one has been printed on both sides, so maybe I don't need to do that for you, but you can see, actually they're really nice. You could make a big tag, you could make a pocket, lots of things that you could make with this pretty easy. Here's the book page. That was super easy and super fun. Oh, I don't like how that ripped off though. These pages are kind of thin from that book. It's a vintage book, so it's okay. It still adds to the charm. And I actually love the words and stuff, so this will add a little bit of difference. Look at that. It's definitely sticking because it's been a little bit longer. So I'm not sure if this glue is any better than the Aleene's. Maybe a little bit, but what we're getting to now is how long it took, in between me pulling these up. These were printed up about a half an hour ago. So these are the invoices, and I'm not sure I love these. I mean, it's okay. I don't dislike them, but I may not do a lot more of them. I really love the music page. what you need to do on the music page and then the file folders, because I love the file folders too. The file folders, this is, yeah, going to be my favorite thing, actually. I can tell right now. I needed to pay attention to the size on both of these. So my printer will print the 8.5 by 11, but and up to 14. So I just need to change the size so it prints all the way to the edge. But tell me if you like the music page. I do. I love it. Here's the file folder. So I just had cut off the edge at 8.5, but I forgot to adjust the size when I printed. I was able to print on both sides. See where this make tags. It'll make a folio. Tons of things. Okay, here are the coffee filters. And the coffee filters are a little more challenging than something else, but I was able to get a consistent result by making sure that the edge where it's bound up here, that it doesn't fall. See how this doesn't come apart the way it does here, is near the edge that is being fed. I actually think these will be fun in my journal. Okay, the index cards. Oh wait, here's another coffee filter. Here we go. That. It's actually quite lovely. I just love the sound of it. Okay, so that's another coffee filter. And then these are the index cards. Can't even tell where this is. These would be fun with some stamping or made into cards or pockets. I really love that it matches my kit. So these will be super fun to do. Maybe we should, let's see. It's still got a little bit of the sticky on the back, but I found that you can just kind of rub it off. Okay. Just show you one last thing here before I do a recap. This is the file folder. See, it actually is going to be really nice for these tags and some of these other bits that I have, and it's printed double-sided. It's a great way to use up the file folders, especially maybe like if on this I wanted to print. A lot of my kits have 1, 2, 3. Really nice to make a little folio out of. So I'm happy with that because I don't always love gluing the paper to the file folder. So I'm super happy with that. So let's just recap really quick. We did do coffee filters. Yay! And these are receipts. Not my favorite, but I think it also could be how dark this paper is. And it might have been better with something that's lighter that doesn't compete with the lines on that. So that's something to pay attention to. Doilies, love the doilies. These index cards, I'm gonna have so much fun with these. I'm gonna print the rest of them double-sided. This one is double-sided, and I think I got another one. I printed up quite a few of these. This one is double-sided because I really love them. Actually, I've got some ideas for those, so there'll probably be a video this month on those. The book pages, the index cards, and coffee filter again. Which one's your favorite? Let me know in the comments box below. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Rose. I'm your creative guide here. And I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much.